I'm Andrew, music umpire. I'm here with Tequila King. How you guys doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, how's your day been anyway?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. So we sort of woke up. We were at Leeds the night before, and so it meant we had a day off yesterday, and I got to spend it in my hometown, my village, Boston Spa. So it was pretty nice. Yeah, very chilled. What did you guys do?
I went to a food party last night.
Food party?
It was a birthday party and the theme was just bring food, and someone had brought, it was just like greed basically.
There's a girl who was wanting feeding basically. Yeah. It's good.
It's a good party.
Was it any like occasion, like birthday? Was it?
Yeah, it was her birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was there loads of birthday cakes?
She'd been on tour herself, so I think she was worried that she was going to be like starving.
Oh, okay.
I think they got fed well on tour as well, so she wasn't that hungry.
I've got to admit, I do know the answer to this, but in the interest of the interview, were there any interesting cakes?
There was one guy who brought a cake that was called it was called a pork cake or a pig cake. It was like a layer of pork, layer of stuffing, layer of bacon, layer of salami, layer of stuffing.
Sounds pretty good.
Covered in bacon.
I don't know about that.
Did it have any candles on it?
I did.
Chocolate icing.
Yeah. Oh,
A layer
okay.
of jam in the middle.
I've actually heard of cakes like that. It's meat and then it's got jam, but I think that might have been in Friends. You know, there's like a friend with
yeah.
me.
I think I actually know the exact episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's our life in letters, all at once remembered when I walk you home.
Do you guys tend to get drunk before or after performance? I know loads of acts that go on drunk.
I think it's a level of drunk. It's not drunk. It's kind of a couple of beers.
I can't say when I'm drunk. I can't do it. It's terrible. I've done it a few times and learned.
The thing is that I think it's different for the rhythm section though. Like Josh, our bass player, also doesn't drink. Really. He may have like 1 pint, but I think because you guys have got the absolutely solid
keep the pace of the whole
rest
band.
of us can sort of, as long as you guys are solid, we kind of just instinctively go along. I think that's my excuse for drinking more than you guys do before we get on.
So you guys met at University of Leeds. How did that come about?
Well, strangely enough, these are the 2 members of the band that didn't meet in Leeds.
Oh, really?
It was me, the bass player, and who's now the guitarist. We all met in Leeds studying.
Okay.
And we were in a different band who were sort of folky still. We called Kid Ids. But that was one of our major pitfalls. Is everyone thought it was Kid ID.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we were a ska band and there hasn't been that much of a successful ska band in quite a while. So we played for our uni though and stuff like that, and we did lots of good gigs around Leeds and stuff like that. As you were saying earlier, it's got a good nightlife and that sort of
definitely.
stuff. So we did that, and then we moved to London together. But then that sort of band sort of fell apart when we got to London. And then we'd already been doing some recording stuff with Ben, because Ben's really good at all that sort of stuff. And then we also Ian knew John more than the rest of us because they went to school together. And so when that band sort of fell apart, we got in contact with these guys and said, "Do you want it? It's going to be a different sort of thing, a bit dark and that sort of thing." We sort of formed together like that and did some recording together. And then it was funny because we were plugging away for Kid Id for years and years and years. And then once we changed the sound a bit, played a couple of gigs, things started to really move quite quickly, so it was great. I mean, within about 6-7 months, we got sort of single out with Communion and stuff like that, and it just started.
I know your first single was Fictional State. Was that your first single on Communion Records?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. What was actually the inspiration behind that, and how did that come about? Writing it.
For the song was basically, it's about, a lot of them are kind of like little sort of stories, but that one is kind of about a couple trying to decide whether they should stay together after she's found out that she's pregnant. So they've sort of split up, but then it's that sort of big discussion. And there's no answers or anything like that. It's just kind of like that sort of it's the sort of picture that sort of we're painting with that one sort of thing. So it's a little bit, slightly sort of grim, but then there's the big release at the end, you know, which I think is always like a good moment. It's this big instrumental at the end, which kicks off.
And it was written as a duet, wasn't it, for a guy and a girl, which in the end we decided
Did you have
to
any
do.
girls in mind when you were writing
Not
it?
specifically,
Well,
but
actually, we asked Lucy Rose because it was back when we were playing sort of gigs with her, and I think she politely said no because she knew that she was going on. So, thing is that actually I recall it was actually just at the point when we asked her to do it that Bombay had asked her to sing with them.
Oh, okay.
And so she said like, oh no, and I think like really politely was kind of like, oh, someone else has asked us to do it, and we were like, oh, who is it? And we found out it was Bombay Bicycle Club, and we were like, well, we can't really win that.
I'm sure she regrets her decision now. Probably.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
sure she does.
yeah.
Yeah,
I saw them at Reading. It was so good. She was on stage.
Yeah,
It was
she
just
was.
amazing.
What year was that? Did you guys?
That was this year.
Oh,
This
okay.
year she played with them. It was great.
Where did the name To Kill a King come from? Like, what inspired that?
Was it adapted from a line in Hamlet? But I think it more came out of just like 5 grown men in a pub arguing over, you know, what name is better and that sort of thing. And like, it's funny. I think somewhere we got
Still got
a
the
piece of paper
original
with all the
brainstorm.
different
Really?
phrases.
What
So
words?
it's-
Give us some examples.
Yet
was,
to meet the Queen.
yeah.
Was just, but that was decided on.
Really?
That was decided
Yet
on. That
to
was a
meet
big
the
tick
Queen.
on the piece
Yeah.
of paper. But yet to
Okay.
meet the Queen, and then I think like maybe
it
they slept
changed,
on it,
yeah.
and then it was like, hang on, we can't call it that.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
It was there was lots of ones. Sell Me Your Legs was another one that I remember quite vividly. There was a member at the time that wasn't one of these two, but he was obsessed with just putting together anything with any sort of animal. So it would be sort of like a colour and an animal, and so there's reams and reams of all that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a little bit like, yeah. But anyway, we found that, and it's funny. I think it's one of those things where I think maybe like 3 out of 5 people were sort of happy with it at the time, but now I think we're all very happy with it. I think
I think it's a really cool name. It's
Thanks,
actually one of
cheers.
the- yeah, I heard it. And I was like, at first, I thought it was one word. Someone mentioned it, and then
To Kill a King.
yeah. But then no, I think it's a really cool name.
I think one of the things that's also helped is that also Ben's designed the little logo, the chess piece sort of thing
Yeah.
on its side. I think it's quite good, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. We would think so. Wouldn't we?
You would think so.
You would especially.
But it's your band.
We
so,
did
yeah.
once get like there was one review like about a year ago when the first sort of reviews, and it was hysterical. It's 3 paragraphs. You know, you get these sort of short reviews. sort of
Yeah.
thing. And like 2 of them were about the sort of band, but like so just a third of it, like one of the paragraphs was just about how much they thought the logo was amazing. Actually, I seem to recall one of them was
Who
about.
was that? Who did that?
I can't. It was. I think it was a Brighton gig.
Oh,
Sort of
okay,
thing. It was
yeah.
funny though because it was like one of the paragraphs I think was about how good you were at being a keyboard player. One of them was about the logo being really good, and then one was about the band in general. And we just thought it was maybe like your dad.
Yeah.
Just like, right,
We
it's
thought
like-
Ben had written it. And
Just
then-
like,
yeah, posted it up. We were like, oh,
It's like send it to the bribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's it. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thanks,
It's been
no
nice
worries.
talking to you.
Pleasure.
And yeah, I'm
Enjoy
sure
the
we'll
gig.
hear a lot from you in the future. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Cheesy good.
Uh,
Yeah.